Hello and welcome to Design Education Talks by the New Art School. Our guest today is Ksenija Miļča. Welcome, Ksenija.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to talk to you, lifters. We haven't seen each other in a year, I guess, or 2 years.
It's great to have you here again. It's great.
Yeah. So, I guess I will tell a bit about myself. So I have been a designer for, 15 years. And I've worked in different design, structures. So I have worked in advertisement. I have worked in filming as a director. I have worked in graphic design. I have worked in interior design. So basically, I've tried a lot of different stuff because I like to change, and it's hard for me to be in one field for a long time. So I kind of found my way of keeping it interesting. I have also worked with students for, 9 years now. And I'm the head of art department at University of Applied Sciences in Riga, Latvia. And I'm the director of interior design program and masters in brand design, as brand design is now the closest thing to my actual career. I created this program for students in Latvia together with our dean. So, and actually I started to do my PhD. And this year, I just started in February and had my first studies last week. And I was studying from 10 till 5 every day. Wow. Yeah, but they just have it like once in 3 months. So I have to go there for a week and then just online studies and stuff like that. So can't decide on the topic yet till the end, but I have 2. So I'm thinking.
Any particular area?
Yeah, the first one is about augmented reality in interactive brand design. So basically, that's the topic I applied with for my doctoral studies. And I wrote this huge application form for like 14 pages, telling all about the research questions and what I will do during these 3 years and stuff like that. But I applied last year and there was a year gap. So I took a gap, and this year, I don't think that I want to do it anymore. So I have this new idea because myself, I have severe ADHD, and I actually take pills daily to manage it and to be able to concentrate. So the other topic I'm thinking of is about ADHD and art. And actually working with ADHD people, I'm thinking about how to help them study and learn, and also about the artistic side of it. So I have different professors from all around the world. Some like the first one, some like the second one, some like both. So it's even harder to decide. And so I'm kind of thinking I gave myself time till the end of this week, and then I will decide what I'm doing.
Great.
For the next 3 years. So, so I'm a researcher now too.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
So tell us the story of how you got into teaching. Congratulations.
Actually, it's very simple. I was working at my first bachelor's is in interior design, and I was working in an interior design agency, and I had this colleague, an architect, and she was teaching at and she couldn't teach this one semester because she was very busy at work. And she asked me as a favor, could you please teach instead of me for this one semester? It's only for one semester and it's done. Because when I finished, and I already had a master's degree also, and when I finished my master's, I said I would never be teaching. That's a thing I will never do. And so I helped her, and I did this one course for interior designers, and I guess bosses liked me a lot. So they offered me another course, and I was like, well, okay, we could try it. I mean, let's see where it goes. And then I got offered the position of the head of interior design program. So I kind of couldn't go away anymore. So that's my story.
That's wonderful. So basically, tell us about your journey and what's happened all these years since you started.
The teaching career?
Yeah, or whatever you want to discuss regarding. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So in My professional field, I have also worked for a lot of years as a medicine designer in a medical field. I worked at Baltic Medicine Group and I was the creative director. So I know a lot of doctors, and my team designed different packaging for pills and medicine and different campaigns and stuff like that. So I was, as I call it, I was in the serious design for a long time, because in that field you have to follow sets of rules. You have to follow laws of the country you are working for. You can't just go, oh, this will be creative packaging. No, the packaging will be checked by the government. Does it has everything it has to have as a medical brand? So yeah, I did it for like 5 years. Before that, I had a lot of creative projects, for different museums, adverts for TV, also designing exhibition spaces and exhibitions for different outdoors and stuff like that. I've done some government projects also for interiors, for ministries. So that's another thing. Again, the serious design, where you have to follow rules and it has to be like they want it and stuff like that. And after the Baltic Medicine Group, I actually was the brand designer for a clinic. Again, I stayed in medical field, and again, very, very serious. You have to follow all the laws and everything, because advertisement there is very strict and you can't be super creative. But I guess this was because when I studied, when I was like 18 or something, well, I mean, my dad's an artist and I've been into art since I was born with him. And then I went to art school, and art has always been like in my life. But when I chose the interior design thing, because art is one thing and design is another thing, I wanted to be a doctor, actually. I also, in my high school, I studied in chemistry, math, and physics class to be able to apply for doctor studies. I wanted to be a surgeon. But then it turned out that I faint when I see blood. So that's when my career as a doctor ended. And I guess me going into medical field is the way I fulfilled my dream of being a doctor.
Yeah.
So yeah, after I had a horrible burnout when I was in Baltic Medicine Group. So after that, I had I still have it, my own agency for design. It's called Miška Design. Miška means a bear in Russian, but it's written in English. And I have my own team, but it's more, well, I do a lot of work there, but my team is actually like working on their own also. I just check the progress and stuff like that. And then I guess, yeah, that's how it is now. So I work a lot at ECA also. So basically I have 2 jobs, especially we're undergoing a lot of changes now in ECA, and we are redoing our programs to be more for young students' needs, because the generations are changing and you can't teach the classical way anymore, where you have a presentation and you're talking. They're not interested. They get bored. Their attention span is like 3 seconds, let's be honest. So we're doing a lot of changes. I also wanted to change the interior program for a long time now.
Okay. Tell us about those changes. I'm very interested.
Yeah, so we will have more of a module approach. Right now, it's not like that in bachelor's. So basically, you have just courses, a lot of different courses. And the thing what happens with students, they get mixed up and they don't remember that what they studied, for example, in architecture, needs to be used in spatial design.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of like in their heads, it's like, this is one, this is other, and they don't connect. Although all of us professors, we say, you have to remember what you study in this course, because you will be using it like the next year. So what we are thinking of is a module approach with bigger ACTS points.
Yeah.
And so basically there will be one task, and the students will be working on this one task on different courses, just from different aspects, because I believe in practical approach, and they start to do real projects starting from second year. Well, maybe
Congratulations.
those are not like the huge projects, but they get to talk to the client, and they get to go to the object and see the space. They get to
Congratulations.
measure it, and they start to understand what it is to work as a designer and to
Congratulations.
communicate and to create everything for the client, and that you need to listen to clients' needs. From that perspective, I'm very happy that ECA has always allowed me to do this. And at the end, of course, there's like a lot of information on our webpage and Instagram and Facebook about the real projects they have done. And during those 4 years, they already create themselves a portfolio. So they graduate and they have this. We have also a course, Creating Your Portfolio, where they put it all together on a web page. They create their LinkedIn. And
wouldn't the solution be to have studio practice, to have one studio practice, so that unifies everything? What you're telling me. Congratulations.
How do you mean it, like studio practice? That
Unified. So have one studio practice instead of modularizing.
Well, that would be hard from the government side, because we have regulations that we need to follow. So basically, we do have practice. They do it on third year for.
No, I understand. No, what I'm saying is one big module that incorporates everything. Congratulations.
Yeah, but they don't use everything if there's not like a lot of professors at the same time.
Yes, of course.
Because we have this practice where they go to different companies for 1 semester. So basically 4 to 5 months. But every company is different, and every company wants something different from the student, from the intern, right? So basically they do that. And, a lot of interns usually are used for bringing coffee and unfortunately and stuff like that. But they do that.
They have to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. They do that. And I have a lot of actually good feedback about students going to different companies and working.
Wonderful.
But yeah, I think we have to change the program a bit more.
So what other challenges are you facing in the program, and what other changes are you going to be doing? Congratulations.
Well, basically, I think, the biggest problem is the structure right now, because there's too many little courses for CATS.
Yeah.
And the other one is where we also are doing changes is more creative laboratories. So at the moment, we don't have so many creative spaces in ECA. And laboratories for working with wood, for example, working with plaster, working with some, for example, mushroom mycelium to create packaging and bricks. And stuff like that. So we also will be implementing those into our building. And some of them will be outsourced. So students also are going to glass laboratory that's next street.
I remember, it's a wonderful laboratory you have.
Yeah. So we will also have, they are going to plaster laboratory, which is a bit further in the city, and working on plaster models, learning how to work with it. But I will be implementing more partners, even if we can't do it here on the spot, more partners that will give students the bigger perspective of different materials and different concepts they can use. Because let's agree, nowadays in design, you can basically use any material if you're smart enough to work with it, and you can create materials yourself. And what I want them to be those big creators, the people who create concepts, the people who create new ideas, new materials, who experiment. And they're not afraid, which it's implemented in all my courses. I have this first page in presentation or whatever, which says there's no right or wrong here. And don't be afraid to show your progress. Because if you don't do it, you can't get any advice. If you're afraid, or you say your design is bad. And that's another thing I don't allow to use my students. I don't allow to say them, my sketches are bad and stuff like that. No, everything is okay. We're here to learn. We're here to create. So there's no bad. Yeah, that's like it.
So where do you see the future of employability, especially regarding artificial intelligence? Congratulations.
Yeah, on one hand, I'm like sick of hearing this artificial intelligence, because it's I think people who like don't go deeper in the concept of artificial intelligence they're trying to use it everywhere and pretend to be smart. Like, yeah, I'm using artificial intelligence. I do believe and I know that you have to have your own intelligence to use artificial intelligence, because it's only a tool at the moment. If you don't have your own idea, and if you don't have critical thinking and also knowledge to check what artificial intelligence has created or written, then it's totally useless.
Yeah.
Yes, you can automate some processes. We use it in design all the time. You can do it faster, but it works with your ideas. It creates from your ideas. And if you tell them to create something, probably it will not be needed for your project, to be honest. Maybe it will progress. It will progress, but it's still like, it's not human's head. It's only an algorithm. So it's a tool that helps you automate your
absolutely.
stuff.
I'm also saying, how could that be incorporated into the education of students?
Yeah. So basically, I let them use artificial intelligence. For example, for quick sketches, you can use Nano Banana is awesome now. Like, you can do quick sketches. You can do quick sketches while you're speaking with your client, and you're like, is this the direction we're going to, or it's not? Yeah. But again, you have to have the idea to create the quick sketches. They are using it, in composition to show their progress, or to implement. For example, they create some kind of furniture or tapestry, and they want to implement it in an interior. And it's a lot faster to do it with artificial intelligence. Also, writing. I'm not naive. I know if I ask them to write an essay or something, it will probably be ChatGPT. Although I recognize the language it uses more or less. So I was never a fan of doing the written work for design students, because design is about visual stuff. But for example, if you do the degree, the bachelor's, master's, whatever, I think if you have the idea and you write it in like a simpler language, and just ask the artificial intelligence to write it bigger and to open up your idea. Why not? It's my idea. I created the abstract. I created everything. So I don't see a problem in it.
Don't the students need to be able to write first on their own, so that they actually have the skill of being able to write and research?
They need to be able to research.
Yes.
To find the information they need. But they also have to write their idea. So they have to explain to artificial intelligence what they want from it. They need to be able to be critical and read what the artificial intelligence has written. So it's not total, I don't know, something that is totally wrong, even in the sentence. So you have to be intelligent on your own to use artificial intelligence. And I do believe that in some fields, it's the future, of course. A lot of process automatization. I know people from different fields who are using it. For example, accountants, they can work much faster with artificial intelligence, to be honest. I was surprised. I only got to know it yesterday. I was speaking to one, and he was like, yeah, actually, did you know you can like connect it with Excel and all the numbers, and it will be, and it's more precise, and it will be faster. So but you have to check, of course, it can be used. Also, I believe that artificial intelligence is good to have a brainstorm with. For example, you don't have you have an idea, but you don't have people around you to brainstorm with. So you can do it with ChatGPT and just like think of what he's saying and maybe think in different direction. And I sometimes do it myself too.
Okay. I mean, that's one way of doing things, but I also think that students need to know how to do it the manual way, so that they are able to check.
Feeling lost in the noise of social media? Inspo cuts through the clutter, connecting you directly with real insights from real experts and industry leaders. It's a new social network dedicated to knowledge sharing, industry insights, and thought leadership. Get the latest from top minds in your field, or build your own thought leadership portfolio on Inspo. already trusted by thousands of professionals worldwide. Be part of the conversation and download Inspo Experts today on the App Store or visit www.inspo.expert.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I do believe in that. We also have like two, not modules, but two courses where they have to write research for like 25 pages about the topic. It can be art history. It can be something contemporary. We have like this topics, different professors, and you can choose one, or you can offer your own if you're interested in something other. And they have to write it, and we actually check it for artificial intelligence usage. And you can't actually use artificial intelligence in your bachelor's or master's. There are some universities that allow that. I know.
Really? Wow.
And I also know that Springer allowed to use artificial intelligence in their research papers. Yeah, I was surprised myself.
Okay.
I got to know it last week. My course mate from PhD told me that yeah, you can actually now use it to write your paper and publish in Springer. So
okay.
So yeah, but I also believe, well, there's a lot of research about if you're working with your hand, like manually sketching, writing stuff down, your brain works much more and it's good for you, to be honest. That's why we have classical painting, we have classical drawing. They're still sitting and drawing, painting still life and models.
Wonderful.
We have a sketching course where they are working only with markers and their hand, so that their brain actually works in the right direction. Of course, a lot of them say that they don't like to do it because nowadays everything is digital. But then I tell them about the research and they're like, oh, yeah, actually, you're right. So we still try to keep the classical part, and we will be keeping it in the new programs also.
That's really wonderful. So if there were no limitations, what would you do differently in design education?
If there would be no limitations, I guess I would make them study more intense, because I do believe that to become a designer takes like a lot of work. So their weeks would be filled from morning till 5 o'clock, and they would be studying. Yeah, of course, there's a chance of burnout, and you have to control that.
Yeah,
but becoming a designer actually takes like ages and ages and ages of work. I would, already in bachelor's degree, I would make them read a lot of classical philosophy and classical theories, because I do believe it's very important. It's very important to read The Death of the Author of Barthes. It's very important to read Nietzsche, Freud, and I actually, in some courses of mine, I do implement those classics, because in philosophy, as I understood, but we're changing the philosophy course too, because we do have a philosophy course. They will be reading everything, because you need to have a very broad spectrum, and it makes you more creative that way. So maybe I'm a bit too classical in that way, but I do believe you need to know the classics. You need to know the basics to be able to design great work, to be able to create great designs. And I'm very sad sometimes that some design educations don't have it, that students don't have the chance, because, okay, they're young, they don't know about it. Maybe it's not taught in school anymore, I guess. And I do believe that it's in our hands to teach them that, and they have to know it. And I know the texts are complicated because I had to read all of them. And I know that they may seem boring, but I do believe we have to save this classical part. We can't go all digital or all contemporary.
Yes.
So that's what I would do more. So, but we in ECA have it already. It's not so much maybe in our university what I hear of. It's very important to have it practice-based. It's very important to find clients for them to work with in the very, very early stage. And it's not like, oh, design your room anew or design your house. No, it's the place you're living at. You're subjective. But like finding real clients for them. And thankfully, I have a lot of them from my past, and also people who just write me emails and like, oh, maybe your students can design my new house, or maybe they can design my new studio or something like that. It's very, very important to work practically.
Congratulations.
And also, another thing I noticed, teach them how to speak. They are very shy as artists and designers. They're always silent. Well, our Latvian mentality, like American, no. But that's I think it's very, very important to teach them how to speak and behave with your clients and ethics. So I guess those are like 3 things I think need to be changed in design education.
Congratulations. So how can our viewers and listeners find you? Congratulations.
They can find me at Eka University of Applied Sciences webpage. They can find me on Instagram, Ksenija Miļča, Milka. In English, they call me Milka, like the chocolates, because it's a C. Also on Facebook, Ksenija Miļča or Milka, I don't remember anymore. And as we spoke, I am finally finishing my LinkedIn page.
Brilliant.
So yeah. So I will. You can also. We will be able to find me on
LinkedIn in the future.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you like to leave us with?
I guess I will be pretty banal in this way, but trivial, maybe even. But I would like to say, never stop to experiment, and never be afraid. Because you never know what you are bringing to the world. And sometimes you think, oh, it's impossible. The technology is not there right now. But maybe in 3 years, the technology is there. And actually what you thought about is possible. So never stop trying, never stop experimenting. That's my advice.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Keep in touch with the podcast and the work.
Thank you for having me.
We're looking very much forward to keeping up with your work as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.